Welcome back to Speak Fluent English. If you're serious about learning to think in English and breaking free from translation forever, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a lesson that will transform the way you learn. You've tried everything, right? You've labeled objects in your room, narrated your day, and tried to force yourself to just think in English. But you're still translating in your head. It feels slow, awkward, and just plain unnatural. You hear native speakers, and their words flow like a river, while you feel like you're building a bridge one heavy stone at a time. What if I told you the secret to unlocking your brain's natural ability to think in English isn't another trick or a new app? What if the one thing holding you back is the belief that you have to be perfect? Today, we're going to fix that. Let's be honest, that internal translation is exhausting. The moment someone asks you a question in English, your brain kicks into a 3-step process that is anything but fast. First, you hear the English and immediately start translating it back into your native language. Second, you think up the perfect response in your native language. And third, you painstakingly translate that response back into English, stressing about every word and grammar rule. By the time you're ready to speak, the conversation has moved on, or the sentence that comes out just sounds, well, translated. This doesn't mean you're bad at English. It just means your brain is stuck in a habit, a logical but super inefficient loop. This one habit is the biggest barrier standing between you and fluency. It's what makes you feel slow, creates that frustrating lag in conversations, and makes you second-guess every single word you say. The fear of making a mistake keeps you locked in this mental prison. You think that if you just translate carefully enough, you'll avoid errors. But in reality, you're just reinforcing the very habit that stops you from ever sounding natural. The goal isn't to be a perfect human translator, it's to actually think. So, if all the usual tricks don't work, what does? The answer isn't a new technique. It's a deep shift in how you see yourself as a learner. This is the aha moment. The problem isn't your method, it's your mindset. Psychologist Carol Dweck has done incredible research on the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Someone with a fixed mindset believes their talents and intelligence are set in stone. You're either born good at something or you're not. In English learning, a fixed mindset sounds like, I'm just bad at languages, or I'll never get the pronunciation right. Every mistake feels like a final judgment on your abilities. A growth mindset is the exact opposite. It's the belief that you can develop your abilities through dedication and smart strategies. It's knowing your brain can change and grow. When you adopt a growth mindset, everything changes. A mistake is no longer a failure. It's feedback. It's a clue telling you what to work on next. A challenge isn't a threat, it's an opportunity. This shift can happen the second you become aware of it. The real secret to thinking in English is giving yourself permission to be a learner, not a perfect performer. It's about embracing the messy process of growth and understanding that fluency isn't a destination you arrive at. It's the path you walk every day. So why is this mindset shift so powerful? Because thinking directly in a language isn't just logical, it's intuitive. It's about finding your flow. Think of it like this. Trying to think in English with a perfectionist mindset is like learning to drive by only looking at your feet on the pedals. You're so focused on the mechanics, clutch, brake, gas, that you can't look up to see the road. You move slowly, jerk forward, and you're terrified of stalling.
Adopting a growth mindset is like finally looking up. You trust that you know how the pedals work, and you start focusing on where you want to go. Sure, you might stall or take a wrong turn, but you are driving. You're moving forward. This breaks the cycle of fear that paralyzes so many learners. When you genuinely believe that mistakes are essential for growth, the fear of judgment loses its power. Conversations stop being a test and start being a practice field. This frees up so much mental energy. Instead of translating and censoring yourself, you can use that brain power to listen, connect, and actually express yourself. Your brain starts building direct connections between English words and their meanings, completely bypassing your native language. This is where the magic happens. This is how the flow starts. So, how do you actually practice this new mindset? You have to support it with real daily actions. Think of these not as chores, but as rituals. Start a running conversation with yourself in English all day long. The moment you wake up, narrate your life in simple sentences. I'm getting out of bed. I'm walking to the kitchen. I'm making coffee. It might feel silly at first, but you're building a new habit in the privacy of your own mind, a judgment-free zone where English is the default. This practice literally forges new pathways in your brain, making English thoughts feel more automatic. Next, change how you see the world. Instead of memorizing vocabulary lists, connect English words directly to the things and feelings they represent. Look at your desk. Don't think of your native word for pen. Look at the pen and think pen. See your computer and think computer. When you learn a new word like melancholy, don't just memorize a translation. Try to feel it. Picture a rainy day or a sad song. By linking words directly to images and feelings, you train your brain to skip the translation step entirely. These mindset shifts are clicking for you and you want to go deeper with a community of learners on the exact same journey, I encourage you to check out the Speak Fluent English community. It's a supportive space where we focus on breaking down these mental barriers together. The link is right there in the description. Writing is just thinking on paper. At the end of each day, take 5 minutes and write a few sentences in an English journal. The goal is not perfection, it's expression. What did you do? What was interesting? What was tough? Write it down in simple English. You might have to search for a word. That's good. That struggle is where the growth happens. Try to look it up in a monolingual English to English dictionary to stay fully immersed. This gets you in the habit of structuring your thoughts in English and creates a record of your progress. A month from now, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. So, what happens when you really commit to this? What does the other side look like? First, you'll notice the speed. That frustrating delay in conversations will start to disappear. Words will come to you more quickly because your brain isn't taking that long detour through your native language anymore. Next, you'll feel your confidence change. The fear that used to grip you will be replaced by curiosity. You'll be less worried about making mistakes and more excited to practice and connect with people. Speaking English will stop feeling like a performance and start feeling like a natural part of who you are. And most importantly, you'll finally be able to express your true self, your humor, your personality, your actual thoughts. Conversations will stop feeling like exams and start feeling like, well, conversations. That is fluency. It isn't about knowing every word. It's about the freedom to be yourself in another language. You might have spent years believing that the key to thinking in English was memorizing more words or grammar rules. But the real key was never about adding more. It was about changing how you think about your own ability to grow. It's about shifting from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset and embracing the imperfect journey. Remember the steps. Narrate your day. Connect words to images. Keep a 5-minute journal. These aren't just exercises. They are how you build a new mind. Progress is always more important than perfection. Your ability is not set in stone. With every small effort, you are building a new brain, one that can think, feel, and dream in English. You've got this. Now, I have a question for you. Let me know in the comments below. Which mindset shift are you going to try first? I can't wait to read your answers. Keep practicing, believe in your growth, And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to speak fluent English so you don't miss the next video that will take your fluency even further.